Hello and welcome to the first video for the Wardens of the Golden Gate YouTube channel. I am Jason. I'm on the left here playing Martell Crossing against AJ on the right, who's playing Stark Fealty. I believe AJ's list was the deck that won Nationals, the US Nationals, a week or two ago. My list is called from a couple different places, but I will be going through and commentating this video. I obviously know the outcome, but I will try not to spoil it here. Looks like we are each setting up 3 cards. On the Martell side, I have Tyene, Desert Scavenger, and a Rose Road against a Wolves of the North Eddard, Wildling Scout, and AJ's Rose Road. So immediately AJ has to be concerned about Tyene affecting Eddard, and I need to try to get some icon spread for crossing and find a way to make sure I can push through that intrigue. Yeah, bear with me on this first video. My audio is probably not going to be the highest quality, and I'll probably mess up a few things here and there, but yeah, this is our Wednesday outing. Every Wednesday we get together in Mountain View, so if you are from the Bay Area, come out anytime. There's usually a crowd of about 5 or 6 of us out. So I've opened with the long plan on the left against Wardens of the North. I was ill prepared for this video, so I had to go grab my token, so there's a little break here. If you have not been out to Game Kastle, which if you're not one of the 8 people who show up, it's a great store. There's a ton of tables, a lot of space. If you're from the Bay Area, we're going to be having a large tournament there on July 22nd, the Battle of Braavos. I will include a link to that in this video. If you can make it out, it'd be great, and it's a great venue for games. AJ's knelt Fealty and is placed an ice on Eddard. So now if he can get through a military, that's a way for him to shut off Tyene by killing her. Location reducer for Arya. Arya obviously gets that free dupe. Two gold left, and Wolves of the North Sansa hits the board. So right now he's got enough intrigue to stop Tyene unless I can get it off on a 3rd challenge. He's going first with the ice and the military, so that was a pretty good setup. So location reducer. And imprisoned, blanking Eddard's military. That's obviously good to try to prevent the ice trigger. I believe, honestly, at this point in time, I think I forgot about the plot, so I thought I had solved Eddard, but with Wardens of the North, Eddard will be able to be sneaked in on a military challenge. 3 gold left. With Lords of the Crossing, I generally like to try to get out, obviously, enough characters for a good icon spread and no military icon. House Day Knight will provide that military icon. So now we move to the challenges phase. I have a single gold. And AJ is going to get a military challenge unopposed. So I didn't realize it at the time because I was forgetting about the plot, but I think AJ probably should have snuck Eddard in there to kill Tyene, but he did not. I'm not sure. I feel like he probably should have to solve the Tyene problem permanently, and then now I'm playing Vengeance on the Claim. One general thing to always be aware of playing against Martell is with the long plan, they will get a gold when they lose a challenge. So sometimes if you just look at the existing gold, I was at 1 gold, but getting the extra gold was able to put me into Vengeance range. Something I mess up a lot playing Martell, planning for that extra gold in order to get a Vengeance off. So now I'm getting through an unopposed military, claiming the Arya dupe. Unopposed power challenge. I think I didn't realize AJ had a gold on his house, or a power on his house card there. I only took the 1 power, and I believe I should have gotten 2. And now AJ jumps in Eddard to block my intrigue. So I do not win my 3rd challenge. I do not get to trigger Tyene. Do get a gold for the long plan. But again, I think I just blanked on that plot there. I'm throwing my cards around. And moving on to round 2. So nothing too major happened as far as characters leaving the board in round 1, but AJ right now missing military, so triggering that ice will be hard. Confiscation to get rid of imprisoned is going to be helpful though. AJ has chosen to go first. Finding a dupe for Arya to get back that military icon. So now he's back at a military at Arya, and Eddard has a military, even though it's blocked at the moment with the token, but it should be there. Lady on Arya. Osha out there for more military and intrigue presence. And a Gates of Winterfell. So as the Martell player, I was worried about seeing a Winterfell coming out there, or a Core Cat to stop my Tyene triggers, but that's not there. Still have to find a solve for ice, but If I can somehow get rid of Eddard's military icon, that's all I need to worry about here. And Nymeria is going to help with shutting down Eddard for sure. Eddard, I find, generally has a bit of a rough time against Martell with the icon removals. Getting his ability off is a little more difficult potentially. And obviously Ice is very susceptible to Martell icon removal. And Tainted on Sansa. That's gonna make it easier to get through that intrigue challenge. So that's very specific answers to AJ's marshalling there. And Condemned on Eddard just to get rid of the power icon. So not a lot of utility out of the characters with their icons removed. So Eddard's now blank. As far as his icons are concerned. So AJ's doing a military, stealthing the House Day and Night, I believe. So that went through unopposed, claiming the Greenblood Traitors. Unopposed power challenge. So all he has left is that intrigue. So he has no gold, so he has no way to move Lady around at the moment. So that makes the challenge map a little bit easier. So military with Nymeria, who took Eddard's military. AJ's thinking about what to do here. I think just whether or not to oppose it. So he's opposed the challenge and claiming Arya. So I go ahead and just do an intrigue. Can't get 3 challenges off because definitely want to get off that intrigue. Pulling off Tain's reaction and then the Tears of Lys, which is going to kill both of Ned and Arya, which without a gold on the board is going to trap Lady and get rid of that as well. So that's a rough turn for AJ there. And Summer, which could have mitigated at least Arya there, but Summer getting pulled on intrigue. So about the worst way that intrigue challenge could have gone for AJ. Right, so I get my icon remover back, AJ gets ice back, but with Nymeria I'm not too scared of ice. So even though the score is tied, I feel pretty in control of the game at this point after getting rid of both Eddard and Arya, having enough characters to get off my 3 challenges reliably, and having Nymeria. It's not a whole lot I'm worried about here. Trading against my summons. Summons is pulling a Quentin. I don't remember exactly. I don't think there was a lot of targets. I think would have liked to pull a Viper there to try to close the game. I don't think I saw that. Quentin provides some good insurance against military, though with ice being out there, I'm hoping to be able to control the military challenge and not lose one. Corsansa would have helped last turn for AJ for sure. Not Corsansa, Catelyn, sorry. And Winterfell, those are both 2 cards that would have been very helpful a turn earlier. And Osha gets ice. Looks like Ariane, so It's good icon spread, good ability to drop in characters. Ariane is, I find, pretty good in crossing to maximize getting off your challenges. Bastard's Daughter. And condemning Sansa to make Sansa useless now. I think Catelyn probably would have been the better target there, but I think I just liked the idea of completely blanking a character's icons. Hope to make that an easier military claim so I can get those icons back. And get repeated use out of those cards, but I think Catelyn would have been the better target. So took Osha's military with Nymeria to make sure Ice doesn't pull off any shenanigans here. Probably would have rather taken an icon off Catelyn, but had to shut down Ice. So that power challenge went through unopposed. Jumping in a Palace Spearman. So I overcommit on military here. I think I was trying to get him to use Winterfell. I don't honestly remember why. I don't think it makes any real sense to commit that hard on my military challenges there, but it doesn't matter a whole lot, I suppose. So claims Shaggy Dog. Yeah, and again, I think I miscalculated something there because couldn't win that intrigue. Couldn't have triggered any reactions even if I could with Catelyn. And so I missed out on a power from crossing there. So definitely should have reordered those challenges the last 2 rounds to maximize crossing, but still in control of the board, so can't complain too much. Moving on to round 4. So with Winterfell and Catelyn, if AJ can build up a board, he has a chance of holding on, but with my character spread starting to accelerate in that power gain, though Wildfire certainly does hurt a crossing deck now that I'll have to go down to 3. So I'm trying to get rid of that ice so I don't have to necessarily dedicate Nymeria to military. AJ has been fairly consistently winning initiative and having me go first, though the very first round I went second, which was helpful, but otherwise I never like going first as Martell, just with the icon removal and things like that. It's generally better to go second, though there are some exceptions. Get Ariane back out there. Again, I find Ariane pretty crucial in the crossing variant of Martell to maximize your challenge order so that you can get out your 3 challenges in the order that you want and jump in somebody. And another ice ends up on Osha, so just can't get rid of it. So we'll probably have to dedicate Nymeria to cleaning that up again. But AJ was not able to increase his board presence, which isn't great. So Nymeria is taking Osha's military again. Alright, so an unopposed military claiming Sansa, so claiming a character with icon removal is never a great feeling, because you just have to hand those cards back to the Martell player. So again, I think I'm trying to be too tricky here. I think I'm trying to get him to use Winterfell so I can do an intrigue, but he has 2 challenge blocks, so I don't think there's a rhyme or reason to that. Alright, so intrigue challenge, using Winterfell to prevent any reactions, but I'm able to get off the 3rd challenge there and have started to amass power pretty quickly. He's doing a intrigue challenge here, and I'm debating whether or not to let it go through unopposed or to jump somebody in with Ariane. Oh, that wasn't an intrigue, that was a power challenge, but I do let it go through unopposed. Discarding down to reserve. And AJ finds a King's Road. Not exactly sure what he was looking for. It seems like he has most of the key locations out, but I have to imagine it wasn't a King's Road. So duped Red Viper. And spreading around those icon removals again. So with the Red Viper and Crossing, I'm definitely just trying to close out the game here. Getting rid of the icons from Catelyn is going to force him to have to use Winterfell or on the Viper or Tyene, assuming I use them in 2 different challenges. And the Boneway, which is the dumbest play of the game. At this point in the game, marshalling the Boneway is not going to be useful. Just keeping the 2 gold would have been much more useful than a dead location on the board, but sometimes it's fun to play cards. AJ is deciding where a Milk of the Poppy goes. And blanking Nymeria, which we were debating at the time if Nymeria or Viper was the better target. I mean, in either case, I think this game is starting to get out of hand, but Nymeria at least lets him keep some icons. So just not drawing into characters, not able to replenish his board. So even though Osha will have a military icon, not really a threat to get that ice trigger off if I leave the Viper for it. So I did an intrigue challenge with Tyene. And getting that trigger off to put a poison on Catelyn. And the 3rd ice gets discarded from intrigue, so definitely seeing a lot of ice, but not a lot of characters. Probably should have done my military challenge first, because even if I'm able to get a military challenge through, now with the poison token on Catelyn, Not a lot of value in that claim. Unopposed in claim on a power challenge, continuing to march closer to 15. So, brief question there is whether or not you can get crossing with a Winterfell, and you can. It's not a trigger on crossing, so getting that power, getting now very close. AJ gets a rob, another card coming a turn or two too late. So I play Calling against the Wolves plot. Calling is just for the initiative here, just to go first to close out this game as quickly as possible. Make sure nothing strange happens. And Greywind. So Greywind and Rob, which is a great combo, but don't think there's much that's gonna salvage. So redeploying some icon removal. Rob out there. And Greywind. I don't think there's too much for me to think about here. I think there's a lot of path to victory, and just have to turn some cards sideways. So getting a power off the claim there. And an intrigue. If we're unopposed, then that will do it. So that is the end. Yeah, so hopefully you liked this video. Hopefully I'll get better at doing some commentary, and we'll continue to improve the video editing as well and video recording. Fairly new to all of this, but definitely if you are in the Bay Area at any point in time, come out to Game Kastle in Mountain View on Wednesdays. There's usually a crowd of a few of us, and definitely check out the Battle of Braavos July 22nd if you are in the region. Thanks for watching this. Bye.